Good evening.
What's up, y'all?
Welcome to Card Game Necromancy Hack Enemy. This was a 2003 Decipher card game. That is
Check out that Ollie sticker.
Yeah, it's brought to you by Ollie's. Recently, a couple months back. So Ollie's does a seasonal thing where they'll bring in pallets of toys. I'm assuming they buy like a warehouse lots of toys. That's a good time to go by and check them, just so that you can maybe find some of these old classic TCGs in there. But yeah, this box is awkwardly shaped, just to make it really annoying to try to transport these.
People keep trying to improve upon the box.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Dot Hack Enemy. This is based off a series of PS2 games, and there was an anime that lasted for a bit of time during this time frame.
Is this the original Sword Art Online, or were people trapped in a video game?
Yeah, I think so. So I haven't watched Sword Art, and I also haven't watched Dot Hack.
Okay.
This is like peak. This is probably peak time where both the US and Japan were getting pretty good at localizing things pretty quickly. So if something was popular on one side of the ocean, they'd try to get it across the other market as fast as possible, right? It's 2003. Anime isn't like a mystery to people, right? People have been watching Dragon Ball Z, they've been watching all kinds of other stuff. So they're trying to like jump onto something. So, and the premise behind this, it predates World of Warcraft by just a bit, but maybe if it's come out like after World of Warcraft, maybe it could have caught on a little bit better. But I mean, you still had like EverQuest, you still had
Asheron's Call.
Yeah, but there were plenty of like really popular
Lineage,
MMOs. Yeah. That existed, that were, various popularity. Dark Age of Camelot.
Yeah.
These are the starter decks. I was able to find boosters, but I did not build decks for this. These are starters from the second set, which is called Distortion. I believe the first set was called Contagion, as listed on this. Now, there may have been a third set, but this game was pretty shortly lived. It didn't make it much beyond this. So these starters are actually stripped down. They're missing two types of cards that exist in the game.
Yeah, we see that pretty often in starters with these games, right?
Yeah, some of the more complicated mechanics are left out intentionally just so that you can learn the game. Now, the premise of the game, of all of the games, is that you are MMO players playing in an online video game. Then this setting, it's called The World.
Okay.
You do battle against a variety of monsters. So this is a player character right here, and this is foiled, so maybe some of the stuff is not showing up. But in the top right corner right there, it tells you PC. We'll put up another PC right there. Yeah, the foiling doesn't make it see
Rachel
there. Yeah, this is Rachel and Sanjuro.
Sanjuro.
Yeah, so this is a Decipher game, as I mentioned, so it's actually got some similarities. There's some mechanics that exist in this game that will be familiar from Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. The top right corner there, that's the Destiny.
Okay.
And that functions very similarly to the Destiny in
Do you like flipping
Star
cards?
Wars. Yes.
Okay.
You've got the title there. You've got the PC's level. You've got the class next to where it says PC. So Sanjuro is a heavy blade. Rachel is a blade master.
Yeah. So they sound like cool classes.
There are six classes.
Only 6.
We've got Heavy Axeman and Wave Master, and I think this other deck has another one, Twin Blade. And then the last one is Long Arm. but yeah, that's that. Your characters have abilities on them, and that number, real quick. This number right there is the strength. So most PCs are like 1 strength.
Okay.
And to buff them, you have to kind of like play gear on them. And they also have text. So like Sanjuro says, +2 strength when fighting an opposing element. And I'll get to elements in just a second when we start taking a look at other cards. So now I mentioned items. So here are 2 items right here. Wormhide and Bayukin. You can see there it says item, weapon, and it also has levels on these. Levels are important because levels are referenced greatly on a lot of items. So like to play a level 3 item, a lot of them will say sacrifice a level 2 item on somebody to put it on there instead. So the top part is like some flavor text. This is armor made from a lizard skin, wormhide, right?
All right.
And so this tells you the strength bonus that the character gets. The element is right down here in the bottom. Okay, so the red triangle is fire, and the brown circle is earth, I believe. There is water, which is just a blue triangle. And then we've got grass, I believe, which is the green one right there. Okay. We have thunder, which is a electricity running through a square. Yes, Edward. Yes, you found the squeaky toy. And then finally, we've got void, or darkness, which is this one right here, which is a black diamond. And the elements oppose each other. Water, fire oppose each other. Earth and grass oppose each other. Thunder and void all oppose each other. And so here you've got your play conditions for the card. So this says bearer may be any PC except a wave master. And this says bearer must be a heavy blade. This says when you play this, your opponent may draw a card. So, excuse me, dog.
There you go.
It's
Meatball.
gone.
Take it, Meatball. Guard it. This is going to make him want it more.
Oh, yep. All right. So, when you've got a PC in play, you can then start playing items on them to buff their strength. Oh my god. This symbol right here is tolerance. And this makes it harder for your PCs to get hurt. Okay. When they lose fights, your PCs can become wounded. And when your character that's wounded gets wounded again, they're dead. So tolerance lets you lose a fight by that much strength and stay healthy. We've got monsters. Here is King Snakeoid. All right. Now this is a 7, I believe. This is something that I would say
the text is
back when I say that CCGs didn't have graphic design invented until sometime in the mid-2000s.
No one was there to say, don't use that font.
Yes, no one was like, hey, why would you need a 1 and a 7 next to each other to know which one is which, right? Yeah. Now, granted, this monster right here, you like based off of like if you're just reading his text, you have to like see 9 other monsters in play to put him into play. You would think he should be 7, right?
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so that's like its text box up here. A lot of monsters have a condition to play them, so you have to spot 9 monsters to play this one, and the monsters have a reward. And when monsters win a fight, you get to use their reward. Also, monsters have a victory point total up here. Okay? We are playing until one of us gets 7 victory points. So, monsters are actually very, very important. You could argue that monsters are more important than PCs, because monsters are how you win the game, right? So, and then we also have actions. This is a foil card, so so this says your PC must be in a fight. You may flip this card during Destiny, before drawing Destiny. Then you could place a fire card from your hand on top of your deck. So this lets you cheat a card from your hand on top of your deck to use as Destiny. And the actions are triggered in response to something occurring. Most of the time, in a fight occurring, right?
Illegal. PvP.
Yes.
Illegal.
Right. Who knows what the illegal tag means, but this is an action. This is a fire action, so it counts towards that. And I'll get to playing cards here in a second. The two card types that we're not seeing are events, which are similar to actions, but they're like sorcery, sort of. You resolve an event, it does its thing, and then you discard it, right? Okay. And then field cards, which there's actually a spot for field cards right here. And field cards are essentially terrain.
But we don't have any to worry about.
We don't have any to worry about, so we don't have to worry about them.
Okay.
Only one terrain card exists in time, so if I played a field, yours would be discarded and so forth, right? All right, so our two decks, we've got the Sanjuro deck and we've got the Ryoko deck. I'll give you the option of which one you want to play. All right, Justin's playing Ryoko. So now, we shuffle up.
Okay, so everything just shuffles up. These guys are all...
Everything's shuffled in. We start with nothing in play.
All right.
Yeah, the starter decks come with 5 foils in them, Yolker.
And the zones are PC, 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 Portal.
Yes.
Hidden card, hidden card, hidden card, hidden card, hidden card.
Yes.
Field.
Yep.
Score pile.
Yes.
Deck and discard pile.
Yes. So you can have... this does actually a pretty good job of letting you know the limits of the game.
Okay.
This, you've got 7 dots right here to represent the 7 victory points to win.
Yep.
You can only have 3 PCs in play.
Okay.
My monsters, when I play monsters, they'll go to, there's a lot of them will go to the portal, but some of them will just attack immediately. It's so
Well,
like say
stuff coming out of my portal attacks your PCs. So
yes,
that's why
and,
that's lined up.
Back and forth. So like here, this goblin right here, storable, may attack when a goblin attacks. So storable means you can play it to your portal, and it doesn't have to attack. So like this awful goblin right here. If you got like a dude who's got like a huge axe or something in play, I don't have to like run my goblin into your PC. I can store up a bunch of enemies and then launch them at you and attack you in like a wave.
Okay.
But yeah. Your turn is, so we're both going to draw up to 4. Once we've got the decks sufficiently randomized.
These feel like big decks for, is this 60 cards?
This is 60 cards, I believe, yeah.
Wow.
And decks in this game were 60. So, had to be 60.
Exactly.
Exactly. No more than 4 copies of a card in it.
Okay.
Now, we can have the same PCs in play. These decks have no overlapping cards, though, so that doesn't matter. And apparently, when it came to deck building, you mostly wanted to focus on one class because all of your cards...
you wanted like all your stuff to be able to equip to all your PCs? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now to determine who goes first, we will cut to a random destiny in our deck. I've got 2. Okay. All right, so I'm going first. The play phase, the sequence of your turn is draw step, play step, attack step, and that's it. During the draw step, and this is a phrase from Lord of the Rings, you can reconcile. So you start your turn by drawing a card, and then if you have more than 5 cards in your hand, you discard down to 5. If you have less than 5 cards in your hand, you draw up to 5. Now, so playing a card, you can start by playing a PC. You could play a monster if possible. You can play items. You can do like everything. Basically, tells you what requirements you have to play the card. If you want to play a card that like would break one of the limits that you have. So in the case of like the PCs, you can sacrifice one that's in play to make room for another one. So I will start by playing Alpha Ichiguro, which is a level 1 PC, long arm with 1 strength. And he says, when he wins a fight, I may place a card from my discard pile on top of my deck, which seems really good.
Eddie.
He's trying to get some food.
Eddie.
Now, I could have played a monster, which is like could have gone to my portal. Or I also have the ability to play cards hidden. When you play a hidden card, you can then flip it up later on, which is what you eat a.
I think he's trying to get to something. Not necessarily food.
But it could be food.
I don't think he was pawing at it. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we're riffle shuffling our decks that we got from Ollie's for $3. So
Yes.
it's just how it's gonna be.
All right. So you can play cards that are hidden. And
You can play whatever hidden.
Yes. Yeah. So, because it's very likely that you could end up in a situation where you can't play the stuff that's in your hand. And so you can play hidden stuff to then reveal on a later turn.
Because you can play hidden stuff without the requirements.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So you can have up to 5 hidden cards.
All right.
Now, on your first turn, you can... Only actions have ways to flip them face up. So any card that you put face down is kind of like a bluff, sort of. Like, hey, I've got this thing going. There's not like a way to turn them face up. But there might be some other rule or something. Now, there are cards that require you to like sacrifice cards. So you could sacrifice like some of your hidden cards. So
The colorblind person is messed up. Well, they were definitely not designed with colorblindness.
Oh, no.
We know that for sure.
Yeah. And in fact, there's probably evidence that they were colorblind when designing this game.
Yeah.
I would hazard, based off of some of the palette choices, and so. Yeah. So I play Alpha Ichiguro, and that's my turn. That's it. You play one card on your turn,
one card,
and then ship it back to you.
Okay. So you could attack, but there's nothing to attack.
So PCs don't attack. PCs are purely defensive.
Okay.
Right. PCs can like stop you from scoring points on me.
How do I score points on you by like attacking you with monsters?
Yes, that's correct. If your monster wins the fight, you get to score a point with that monster, assuming that monster's worth victory points.
So I draw.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll play Moonstone PC.
All right.
Because Moonstone is healthy. When you draw a destiny, you may wound him to redraw that destiny.
Yes. So when we fight, we compare our strength totals, and then we each add a destiny to the total.
Okay.
And then the winner is going to be the monsters break ties. So ties go to the monsters.
What is wound?
Wound is turn 90 degrees.
Okay. And if they die when wounded, they're dead?
Yes.
If they take damage when they're wounded, they're dead? Okay.
Okay, so I am going to draw. There is a mulligan in this game. But the way it works is on your first turn you just discard your whole hand, and so on your turn 2 you would draw back up.
Okay.
And then based off of what I've seen on some cards, that may actually just be a viable strategy, because there's a lot of cards that want you to take cards in your discard pile and put them underneath your deck or something like that to play them. So I'm going to play the Merman Spear. When you play this, your opponent may score a hidden monster, and the bearer must be a long arm. So if you had played a monster hidden, you could have scored it, right?
All right.
And so this is +2 strength and a water element. So and he is Ichiguro there is a long arm, so he is now 3 strength. Oh, I'm sorry, I was supposed to draw a card for my turn. All right, your turn. Okay.
Heal a PC. Is that like if it's wounded?
Wounded, yeah. Make it unwounded.
Okay, I'm going to play the Disco Knife monster.
Okay.
It's storable. It doesn't have any requirements to play, and it may attack with your knife attacks.
Yes.
So it hangs out in the portal, right?
Yeah, you could attack with it if you wanted to. It would
only
be
1 strength, so
it would only be 1 strength versus my 3. We would both draw a destiny.
Yeah.
And as far as I've seen, destiny goes from 1 to 4.
Okay.
So being down 2 in a fight is pretty bad. And so on a future turn, when you play another knife, you could have multiples attack. Now, if you're attacking with multiple monsters, I choose for each of my PCs one to defend.
So you only fight one thing?
Any extra monsters afterwards, you get to assign. And so you can dogpile.
I see.
And that's kind of like Lord of the Rings, if you remember that.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very similar to that. So I will draw a card for my turn. I am going to play the Magical Goblin.
No.
See ya. All right. The Magical Goblin. 1 strength storable, may attack when a goblin attacks. No requirements, and the reward is draw a card. Your reward on the disco knife there says log out your PC to draw a card. Logging out seems to be this bizarre arcane. It's very akin to phasing in Magic. When you log somebody out, you turn them face down and any cards attached to them. And then after you draw your card for your turn, you can log in 1 card. In this instance, this would still be logged out.
So I get that reward if I win a fight with this.
Correct.
And I score it. Okay.
Yeah. So
got it.
I'm not going to throw the goblin in here. I'm tempted to just to go 1 up to 1 up. Now, so if for instance, I have a card in my hand that says to play spot a monster. So I can actually spot your monster.
So spot is the board.
Spot is anything on the board, right? So a lot of these cards that are gated behind spot monsters are
Enemies win ties. Okay.
Yes. Oh yeah, monsters win ties.
Because they're attacking, right?
Yeah. So 1 to 1, like I feel like I'm slightly favored.
Yeah.
Not knowing like our destiny relative strengths or whatever. So. But I want to store up some goblins, so go ahead. This game was fairly popular in the store that I worked at roughly 18 years ago or so. The game actually caught on in popularity after it died. And elk.
Playing elk. When you play a PC, you can heal a PC.
All right. So yeah, you can use that to get some longevity. So you got some combo there between elk and moonstone. All right. So I'll draw a card for my turn. I am going to play the red worm. All right. This is storable, but doesn't have any clause on how to make it attack. And its requirement is to spot 2 monsters. So I can spot the Magical Goblin here. I can spot your disco knife.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to attack with this right away.
So I can only block with 1 guy?
Yes. You get to choose who's blocking. You can choose to avoid the fight. And my monster just runs through. I get the reward, and then I score it.
So if I block and lose, do I get wounded?
Yes.
Okay.
I still
But
get
you still
the reward.
score if you win, right?
And I still score.
All right, so I'll block.
Okay.
With the elk.
All right. Give yourself a fighting chance. If we had any actions that were face down, you could flip those up. Typically, actions only really buff PCs. But otherwise, we just move on into the Destiny thing. And I don't think it matters. I think we can just draw Destiny. Both players draw Destiny. Yeah. So I have a 3.
2.
All right. So I've got 6 to your 3.
Is it discarded?
Yeah, these are discarded. Notice Destiny and place it in your discard pile. So you're wounded. The reward is reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a lizard, destroy a hidden card. This is not a lizard. This is an action. So,
if you talk about multiple attackers, you only get to score 1 of them, but you get all rewards with the monster. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if you have like, if you end up with like 3 monsters in a fight,
I see.
You get all of the rewards, but only one of them gets the score. So I will score the red worm right here. We got a dog party going on.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's that. That's my turn. So go ahead.
Okay, I'll draw. Okay, so I'll play this Sword of Chaos, which is storable, and it's a knife, and it can attack with other knives.
Okay. So you could attack there, and you'd have 3-3. Because you could attack with that, or you could just wait and try to build up more knives.
So it'd be straight up 3-3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so what happens if you win a fight? The monsters are gone and dead?
Yeah, the monster dies. Yep,
Okay.
monster gets discarded.
I think I will not.
Okay.
Attack.
All right, it's my turn. I will draw. I will play Acerola, who is a long arm, 1 strength, and if my PC wins a fight, I may discard a card.
You mean discard a card? Okay.
Yes, so I draw more cards.
That's okay. I see.
You top 8'd.
Whoa, that's awesome.
That's great. Yeah, I love card game Necromancy because it brings out the card game memories from everybody.
Yeah. Okay, so my turn.
Yes.
I'll draw.
Her ability is like universal. Alpha here is his own, like he cares about his own fight, but she says when your PC wins a fight.
All right, so I've got this leaf.
Okay.
And it says spot 2 monsters in your portal. I got 2 monsters in my portal.
Yes.
And it says storable. You may attack when your phase attacks. What is it? Your phase?
So I'm willing to bet phase is a type of monster.
Okay, because this one's a leaf. You can't see it because of the chroma. It says monster leaf.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna attack with it because I don't know what phase is.
All right, so it's attacking for 3.
Yeah.
Do I want to put Alpha here in the way? Or do I just throw like Acerola in the way? I'll put Alpha in the way. Let's go. Toe to toe. So Alpha, drag it over to here. So 3-3. Draw on Destiny. I got a 1.
2.
All right, so I lose. So he is wounded.
And my reward is log out a PC.
Yes. So you can log out yours, you can log out mine. And
So if I log out a wounded PC, does it come back?
it comes back in the condition that it was in,
Okay.
as far as I understand. So phase is a minion type. Yeah. So you could log out Alpha if you want.
Oh, I could log out your PC.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll log out. Well,
Because it would take, he would have to log in, and then the following turn I could then log in his weapon. He'd be lower strength.
yeah, that sounds good. I'll log out.
Okay. So he's logged out.
Phase is a minion type. Okay.
All right, it's my turn. I'll draw. Okay, I am. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna send this in. All right, I'll play Rachel.
The Rachel?
Yeah. Blade Master, when you flip an action, you may spot its opposing element to destroy a hidden card. Oh, I'm sorry. When I drew, I got to log something in. So I'll log in Ichiguro there. Okay, go ahead. Do you need AOL disk to play this? I think in 2003, you were playing it on DSL, right?
Okay. I'm going to play another disco knife, and then I'm going to send the knives at you.
The whole the knife squad.
Yeah.
Knife gang. Okay. All right. Well, guess what? I'll block with everybody. We'll just go like this. I think that's fine. And the defending player determines the orders the fights are resolved. So log out your PC to log out another PC. Log out your PC to draw a card. So I want to resolve that one last, I believe. So we'll do...
If I won that fight, I could resolve that ability, and then the next fight happens. So I could like log this guy out, and it would be unopposed.
Yeah, I think so. Something along those lines, right? So, all right. We'll start with Rachel's fight. I think that's the lowest stakes right there. So 1-1. I've got a 1.
2.
All right. Well, Rachel is wounded, and yep, sure enough, your disco knife is going to score.
So I can log out a PC to draw a card.
Yep. All right, and you score the disco knife.
But I only get to score one of these guys, right?
No, it's 1 per fight, so you can score all 3 of these. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll do Ichiguro.
1.
3, so 4, so I win, so that is destroyed.
Okay.
And he says, when he wins a fight, you may place a card from your discard pile on top of your deck. So I'm going to put this 3 Destiny on top of my deck. And she says, when your PC wins a fight, I may discard a card. So I am going to discard this card that refers to heavy blades, seeing as how I have no heavy blades in play. Okay, and so here we fight. I've got a
2,
3,
so 4.
4 to 4. I was hoping this 3 would get there, but I didn't. Oh, I could have done that in a better order. I could have discarded that first and put the 4 on top. That's probably what I should have done, but it's all right. It's not can't be helped. Misplays abound. Wounded score, and
So I can log out a PC to log out
yeah,
one of your PCs.
probably him again.
Yeah,
Right?
that's fine.
He's too powerful.
I'm done.
You're DDoSing me.
I have 3 points.
All right, so I will draw up to 5, log him in. Log in. All right, so now those are monsters I can spot. So we've got 3, 4, 5.
Oh, these are monsters you can spot?
Oh yeah. So
I guess the scoring monsters makes it so like you can't just dominate with one single monster, right? It's just like you can make a really powerful monster that's going to win a fight.
yeah, and that's it. It goes off to the side.
Okay.
Right? Now some of these, like looking at some of these abilities, they get pretty gnarly. So
I can see why this game was popular.
it flows pretty fast. Short turns are like I don't consider short
Playing
turns
one
a
card,
downside.
yeah.
Okay, I will play the Lamia Fighter here. Storable, may attack when your snake or lizard attacks. So it's just going to sit there, and I'll tell you to go ahead.
I'll draw. So I have 6 cards in hand.
So now you discard down to 5.
And then I can log in.
Yep.
And then I'm going to play Wise Man. This is when your PC logs in, you may take a card from your discard pile into hand.
Oh, the combos.
And then when you play a PC, you may heal a PC.
Oh, look at that.
Boom.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
I am going to draw, and then this gets to log back in. He's got his sword, or his, I guess he's a long arm, so he's got his long arm ready to go. I have this badass card in my hand I want to play, but I don't meet the requirements for it. So.
Damn.
All right, I will play the Snakeoid.
Snakeoid.
Yeah, he's storable. So he doesn't have any way to attack right now, but he's waiting.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll draw. I'll log in. So I draw, I reconcile, then I log in.
Yes.
And I can take a card from a discard pile to
I
hand.
believe so. Because it says, I'll verify in the rulebook real quick. After you've reconciled, you may log in one of your logged out cards. So now the interesting thing about this game is due to the nature of it, card advantage only goes so far. Like I still think seeing more cards is probably better, just because so many cards have restrictions on how they can be played. But
Let me get this dust curse.
It's too big.
All right, then I'm gonna play. Actually, do I get Dust Curse? Yeah, I do. I'm going to play Cadet Valkyrie. Very green. Extremely green.
Mode.
It is a monster Amazon. Storable and may attack when your Amazon attacks.
Okay, only 1 strength.
Yep.
All right, my turn. We'll draw. Ooh. Oh my god. This card has 5 Destiny on it.
It's a lot.
All right, here we go. It's Rise of the Snakeoid.
Oh my god.
The lead Snakeoid. Spot 6 monsters. So I've got 3 in my portal. You got 3 scored there, plus 1 here. So 6 monsters. It says, on the turn this lizard attacks, each snake and lizard in your portal may attack. So these are coming in as well. So here you go. Here's some snakes, some snakeoids, and some
5?
lamias. Oh yeah, he's 5 strength. So he lets you attack with this, right?
I'm just trying. Like, what's the point of blocking? Right? If I'm just gonna lose everything. Is there any?
You don't automatically lose to these 2s, but this 5 sure as hell is gonna beat up.
Yeah, I think I'll just block there and there.
No, so avoid. So and I actually think the if you avoid all or nothing. So you cannot decide to avoid some monsters and fight others.
Okay.
So if you're fighting any of them, then you got to throw everybody in the way. So, all right. Okay, so you get to pick the order.
Here.
So this one. This one lets me put a fire card from my hand on top of my deck.
Okay.
All right, so if it wins. So I'll get that before any of the other fights happen. All right, so okay, I have a 1.
I have a 2.
So 3-3.
So you win.
Yes, that's a win. I can place a fire card on top of my deck. I don't think I want that. So scored.
And that's discarded.
No, this is my. He's hanging out. In the portal.
He's just hanging out. Okay.
Yeah, he's a
Oh,
goblin.
that was your destiny card.
He's the snakeoid says, snakes, lizards, you're with me. Goblins, you stay behind.
So I'll do this one next.
All right, so 2, 3, 4. To 2.
4. I'm gonna wound him to redraw my destiny.
Okay. Try again.
4.
Oh, you did it. Okay.
Dang.
So 5-4. So you win the fight. The Lamia here explodes. Forgive him, Master.
Boom.
He's got to go all just this once.
I kind of want him to die so I have room to play another PC. That's why I did that. But
Oh, yeah. Well, you can disack a PC.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
so
That's right.
All right. So the Snakeoid versus the Wise Man. I have a 9.
Yeah, it's.
All
I had
right,
a 5, but
Snake-
4. But
Snakeoid beats the tar out of him. This says spot your fire card and place it on top of your deck. So I could put this on top of my deck if I wanted. I don't think I really care, so I'd rather score it. So, all right, that was a good fight for me. That tied things back up. All right, go ahead.
all right, I'll draw. I will discard. I will play a Mummy Ripper.
Mummy Ripper.
An Amazon storable. Spot 2 green, so green.
Okay. It's green.
So spot 2 green.
Okay, yeah.
Green,
you're
green.
good. Yep.
Okay,
That's allowed.
there you go.
All right, you're piling up some Amazons. Not attacking yet?
Not attacking yet.
All right, so I'll draw. I will play a hidden card.
Uh-oh.
That's right. That's right. All right, your turn.
I'm going to play another Mummy Ripper. And I'll
Oh.
send them the Amazon.
Oh, the Amazon squad to come in.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I will defend like this, I suppose. And then we'll start with Rachel here. Who's
All right.
probably on her own.
2 to 1. 3? Is it
I
5?
have a 3, so 4.
I have
Okay.
5.
All right, so you win the fight. It says play a green monster to your portal.
I do not have a green monster to play.
Okay, so you've scored that. We're going to do Alpha Ichigo's fight. I'm going to flip a card. Your long arm must be in a fight. You must flip this card before drawing Destiny. Give that long arm +1 for each species you can spot among attacking monsters. There's only one.
Okay.
So he has 4 strength, tier 2, 5.
Dead.
All right, so when he wins a fight, I may place a card from my discard pile on top of my deck. And then she says I can also discard a card. So I am going to discard... I'm going to discard this Dogman sword, which looks and sounds pretty cool.
That is cool.
On your opponent's next turn, following the play of this item, he or she cannot play monsters.
Okay.
You can spot 6 void or dark to play this. Or you can sacrifice a level 2 weapon on the bearer.
Okay.
The bearer must be a blade master. So Rachel's dead, so she wasn't able to get a level 2 sword. So, all right. So this is resolved. That gets flipped over. I will discard that, and then I'm gonna put this 5 on top of the deck with his ability. So I've got 6 to 2. She easily defeats that Amazon. All right, and then when your PC wins a fight, I can discard a card. So, do I want to discard any of these? I don't think so. I think these are fine. I think these are fine. All right. So my turn. I'm down to 3 cards, so I'll end up reconciling up to 5. Oh my god. I'm playing this thing. It's foil and sweet.
Oh man.
I'm playing the Metal Emperor. Boom. 2 play sacrifice a card. So I'm just gonna blow up this goblin to attack you with the Metal Emperor. It's 4 strength. Storable may attack when your golems attack. I have not seen any other golems in this deck so far, so I'm throwing them in there. 4 strength to your 1.
Yeah, I don't. So there's no downside of me just like letting it through, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yes. You can just let it through.
All right, you got it.
So the reward is reveal the top card of your deck. You may play this card.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Sanduro. All right, so I will just play Sanduro then. So yeah, I got a free play. I'm +1 action. +1.
All right, I will play. When PC logs in, it logs in healthy even if it was wounded when it was logged out. Page 25, epidemic. There you go.
Oh, look at that. Okay. So I guess he's technically
he is healed. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm playing this sword.
That was not covered in the distortion rulebook, which is what I'm using. So,
your turn.
Okay, I will draw. I have to build up. All right, I will play the Downer Gamora. Storable may attack when your Gamora attack. If the Gamora loses a fight, you may sign it to a unresolved fight. So if this messes around with the sequencing, so if you like fight this first, I can have it jump into some other fight. And to play this, I have to discard or sacrifice a card. So I am going to discard the Lamia fighter because I had all the big snake attack earlier. So.
Discard cards all day for costs.
Yeah.
No problem.
Lets you see more cards.
Yeah. Okay. When a PC logs in, you may take care of just project. Okay. I'm going to play this Cedar Wand onto... Oh, wait, hold on. Hero must be a Wave Master. Okay. Oh, he is a Wave Master. Okay. You may... when you play this item, log out its bearer.
Ah, okay.
So log him out.
Okay.
I guess that logs this item out, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, mine?
Yep.
All right. Draw and then reconcile. Oh. It's like all of the weapons have interesting costs to them. I guess that's to try to keep the game moving, right? Like if I go like PC, you go PC, and I'm like, here's a ton of armor, and you're like, here's a ton of armor, and then our monsters are just like running into these unmovable walls.
Yeah.
And, discard. Okay. So I will play the Kill Gamora.
Okay.
Storable may attack when your Gamora attacks. 2 play, discard or sacrifice a monster. So I'm going to play this. They're going to attack. I'm going to discard Lamia Fighter. So discard specifically means from your hand. Sacrifice means from play somewhere. So All right, so both of these are attacking. The kill Gamora here says its reward is make a Gamora +3 strength for the rest of the turn. And this one is if it loses, it can go to the other fight. So they're kind of.
I will block.
Okay. All right. Which one would you like to resolve first? All right. 5.
3.
All right. He is dead. And I score this. There is no reward on this. And then here.
3.
To 4. Dead also. Score. I'm at 6.
Super dead.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll log this guy in. He'll take a thing from a discard pile.
Okay.
I'm gonna get this armor Shogun.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I need to draw a card first.
Yeah.
What? What the F?
I think it's probably shuffle dependent. I don't know what the destiny is. I think
So if a card does not have an element, does that mean it is elementless?
yeah, I think PCs gain elements of any items that they have.
Okay. All right, I'll play this. I'll play this lambda knife. Spot 3 of the same element.
Done.
There.
I've got 3
Down there.
as well.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, your knives are not attacking.
Not attacking.
Okay, so I'll draw and then draw again. Reconcile up to 5. I think I'm going to attack. All right, yeah, here we go. Here comes the red worm. This is one we've seen before.
So basically I have to win this fight
Yes.
to not lose.
Yep.
And I have to somehow...
Throw him away, yeah. I could draw 1 here. I drew a 3.
I drew a 3.
All right, that's that. The red worm dismantles the wise man. And then I go to 7.
Damn. So I had...
I think you were about to swing big.
I was
right?
gonna play this armor Shogun next turn, and then send these 3 knives in, which I would have won if all 3 of them won their fights, which is possible because like 2, 3, and 4, it's a lot, right?
Yeah. I'm like
you could like put this guy there, and
I'm like incentivized to start like I probably do something like that, right?
Yeah.
Log out your PC to wound a PC. So I have to actually do these. Log out your PC to play a hidden card.
I didn't have any hit
So
cards,
you didn't actually have enough, but you could also. So I like have to wait on this fight, right? So this says log out your PC to destroy an item. So if I resolve that fight first, you blow this up, and then suddenly he's not a badass anymore.
True.
So
there is ways.
yeah. So I guess the combining that's Colot Informant points out there. The long arms typically have higher destiny because they have lower strengths. The blade masters have higher strength and lower destiny values.
I see.
So like if my blade masters in play with the higher strengths are drawing my long arm characters, then it looks pretty good.
It's a completely unplayable card that I drew. It's to play it, you have to discard 4 cards each of a different element.
Good lord.
Or sacrifice 2 weapons, level 2 weapons. But it when you play this item, you may assign it the game text of an item you can spot. This effect lasts till the end of the turn.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you could have copied my thing. So this one, the sword that I discarded said that you couldn't play monsters.
That would have been really good.
That's like kind of like a time walk, right?
Yeah, I didn't have a. Yeah, I didn't have a way to play it that turn. I did draw that turn, but I didn't have a way to play it that turn.
Yeah,
that would have been really
but
good.
your thing was logged out, right? Like because you could have played it on him.
He had logged back in, so he was there.
But his weapon had.
But his weapon was not back in. Yeah.
So.
And even if the weapon was there, you have to sacrifice 2 level 2 weapons for that card to play it.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. So like this sword says when you play this, your opponent may destroy a monster in your portal. So like it just goes to Blade Master, right? So but like there were almost the whole game I had a monster in my portal.
Right. But you play it like early. You want to set up with that.
Yeah.
Or after an attack, you set up with
exactly.
that. This game's kind of cool. I do like it.
There's interesting things going on here. I do see why it was it was, like I said, it was played essentially after the game had died. We stocked up on the game because you could buy it. This is back in the days of tolerance. Yeah, tolerance does exist as well, right? So your item had tolerance on it, which says like the dots on it. So if you lose a fight by that amount or less, then you don't take a wound. So you can like block for free with it, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can get.
You
more
explained that
miles.
earlier, but I didn't understand it until it would have been in practice. That makes sense now.
You didn't. It didn't come up during the course of the game, but because I don't think I had tolerance either, right? Like my blade on alpha there was like just +2 strength, so. Yeah, there's a lot of like neat things going on here. It's kind of a lot like a lot of Decipher games that we've played, where there was clearly thought put into it at a lot of
Decipher was
points.
Great at designing really thematic games, right?
This played really quickly too, right? Like we were just kind of jumping into the action,
Which is not like a Decipher game.
Yes, yeah. Star Wars, it's like you're going to spend 15 minutes before the first fight happens.
Yeah.
So
Lord of the Rings had like a set number of turns that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Unless something really bad happened to Frodo.
Yeah. Part of the reason why Lord of the Rings was so fun was because of the bluffing and there was all kinds of. It's like your opponent moves and they're like, I don't play anything, and all that shadow sitting there, and they're
You're like, do you have any cards in your hand, or are you just like?
You're daring them to move, right? This game I don't think has that element necessarily.
So I think I had a lot of cards that dealt with like getting hidden cards back or playing hidden cards, but I was never playing any hidden cards because I didn't know that. Like I don't know that they even have any actions in here. I didn't see any actions.
Both of these decks had very little actions, and the thing is since you need monsters to win, I feel like your deck needs to be like 50% monsters, right?
Right.
Because that's how you win the game.
I think I was getting really flooded with PCs. Like I had 3 PCs in my end of the game. And
I wonder if the difference between the decks where I was getting to discard cards, I was essentially you were getting to take your cards back.
Yeah.
But I was getting extra draws.
And I only got to do it like 2 times.
Yeah.
I never got to discard, but you were drawing up a bunch, so I didn't get the filtering.
The filtering seems really important because of all the different conditions to play your monsters.
Because discarding a card is not a downside to playing something.
No.
It's very much a upside.
The game does end whenever any player runs out of cards in their deck.
Okay, and you score immediately?
You finish the turn out. And you shuffle the discard pile to draw Destiny if you need it. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, the game is over after the end of the turn, and it goes into sudden death. And it's like whoever has the most points wins.
I like that.
So I think that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's
having like a hard cap on the time.
You could have like a deck that tries to score fast and then like mills itself or whatever.
That you had ways to recur. I had ways to like put cards on top of my deck. There were definitely lots of like reasons to fight, to mill.
Yeah, right.
So that you would want to increase the number of things.
The more fights you do, the more defenses you do, the more you're flipping Destiny.
Yeah. And I want to say one of these decks had cards that were like that cared about like. I think maybe weapons cared about things that were defended. Or discarded. So, let me see if I can find this. I thought I saw a card earlier that was like, take cards and put them underneath your deck.
This one's put 2 cards from the top of your deck in your discard pile.
So this one says, place 4 earth cards from your discard pile on top of your deck. Or sacrifice level 2, right? So this Earthian Sword right here really wants you to kind of like mill yourself to play this.
Okay.
It's +3, right?
Look at this highly illegal action. When your Wave Master is just logged in, which I had that happen a couple times, play up to 2 cards.
Yeah.
Except monsters. That's insane.
Right.
Let us walk together. Well, there you go.
Yeah, neat game. I've got 2 booster boxes. We may do a follow-up on this one because I'd really love to see what this game had to offer outside the starter deck things, because I mean, there's all kinds of like, there's a card called Game Over that's like that. Apparently, if your opponent doesn't have any PCs, they just lose the game.
What?
So, yeah, that may be from the first set or whatever, but because like normally you don't lose for not having PCs, but there's probably some other conditions gotta have to be met by it too. But yeah,
That's the card that exists so that people play at
to
PCs.
force people to not just attack each other with monsters, right?
Yeah, that's really funny.
So, but yeah, there you go. That's .hack. Another card game, Necromancy, in the books.
Yep. Thanks for watching.
Appreciate everybody hanging out tonight, and the increasingly likely scenario that more people watch this on YouTube than on Twitch. Appreciate you for watching the video on Twitch.
Thank you.
And on YouTube too. So
we'll be back on Sunday for Zach. Zach's showing up Sunday.
Yep, Zach from Call of Discovery showing up for Keyforge.
Wins Exchange stuff.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Since the last two sets that came out, Justin and I have had to completely experience those sets within the context of each other instead of the outside community. So
yep, very fresh.
It'll be fun to have somebody else on the stream. So
thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night, and goodbye.
Goodbye.